What's going on, Ma Ninja?
What up, my ninja?
How are you?
I am well. How are you people? How are y'all?
Have y'all been well? Have you been having your vegetables, your protein?
And fruits, because you gotta have the triangle of, the pyramid of food.
Yeah,
anyway,
beautiful thing.
Yeah, we're here to talk about what?
Anime,
because it's dope.
And on this journey, we are your two surrogate fathers /
guides. We are your guides on this journey. Friends. Mentor senseis? Your friends.
You can call me daddy, but I prefer to go by Too Smooth.
Okay. And I'm Too Much the Much Man.
Today's episode is
part 2 of the Sushi Suri series.
Sushi Suri series.
Yes.
The point of this series is to let y'all know that you're still raw and that we're still trying to get you familiar with the anime art form.
So as part of that, we're doing this episode called GTA Test Drive. And we're calling it that because of what, Too Smooth?
Because we're going to talk about and test drive our rating system called GTA. No, before you think, we're not going to rob anybody. We're not taking any cars. We're not going on wild police chases.
No violence and forcery here, unless you like the kind of anime. But so yeah, GTA. And what's that mean, real quick?
It means 3 special words to us, which are gas, trash, and I ain't mad.
I ain't mad at that. Okay, GTA, like an acronym.
Yeah,
right?
like
acronym.
And essentially, we want to talk about our reasoning behind GTA, why we're going to use it for the remainder of this entire show in My Ninja.
And even better, we're going to bring it full circle to make it cohesive. With an example of a show. The show is called, what's the show called?
Promised Neverland.
Yes.
It's actually a show on Netflix. It's gotten a lot of popularity.
Because it's dope.
Definitely check it out if you want to see what our rating is before, or even if you want to spoil it for yourself. Go ahead. But in doing so, we hope that while this system works for us now, it's going to work for y'all too.
And you can find out what kind of viewer or watcher you are, maybe.
Yeah, some self-exploration is always good for the soul. Now, you gotta take your time. You gotta be slow. You gotta be deliberate. Because in order to understand GTA, you gotta know yourself first.
Know yourself first.
And what we mean by that is, what kind of viewer are you? What do you like?
What do you like?
I like a lot of things.
Such as, why don't you tell them what you like?
The type of viewer that Too Smooth is I'm a person who I enjoy visuals in order. Visuals. I want to see a good plot, right? Then I want to know a little bit more about the characters. But lastly, I want to make sure that I don't remember my last one.
I can crop this out.
Creativity.
What's that? What do you mean creativity though, per se?
For example, like, how does a director or a studio convey their message in anime? So, do they use a different animation technique for a particular scene? This is a non-anime example, but in The Legend of Korra.
Oh, that's anime-esque, but it's not.
Anime-esque. There is an episode where the main character is told a story. And that story, that whole episode, is done in a completely different animation style than the normal.
Okay, cool.
So, like, that kind of creativity. So, just to, sum it up so we know where I stand as far as what is the best things that I like order.
Smooth
chronologically.
Chronologically.
Yes. Visuals. Plot.
Cool.
Characters.
Development.
Creativity.
Original stuff.
That's me.
You're a smooth person, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what about the people who do too much?
You mean the most? The much man. So that's cool and all, but what I care about in my anime stuff is cohesion. Cohesion is like, how's it all come together? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Does it come together?
So, like, what? Like a fantasy story doesn't make sense to you? Because that cannot make sense.
No, because sometimes
Dragons
it's
don't
like,
exist too much.
It's like sometimes a story will say, well, time works this way, but at the very end, time works a whole different way. But you're like, that's against the rules. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't that sound like a weak plot?
Sure, you can use whatever words you want. It's my list. Number 2, is it entertaining? Can you entertain me? Yeah, I need something that's really entertaining. And tertiary, I think that's the word.
Well, hold on, wait. Can you break that down real quick? What is entertaining?
Like, okay, you know what? Within all these, you need to. It's all about your expectations going into it.
Okay.
So, if I'm watching a movie that is probably about kung fu, I probably want to see some nice kung fu scenes in the movie, and not like crappy shoddy and like just good choreography.
Okay.
I might not go there for the most deep story or the most character development. I'm there for the fights. Or if I'm watching a comedy movie, I just better be funny. Does it hit you? Does it hit you the way it's supposed to?
Yeah.
Does it do its job? In tertiary, before I was really interrupted, my favorite number is 3. I told you that before. But are the characters dope?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have dope characters? Even if the characters aren't dope per se, do they develop?
So yeah, do you create an attachment to that character? Do you have a reason to root for them or even despise them?
Yeah. Often enough, even if the main characters are some boo-boo, is the villain good?
Yeah.
that
That can save a show, frankly.
Or movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cohesion or plot, as some people would say, is super important. Does it do its job? And the character's dope. Characters, or not that they dope, do they develop and change?
So what's your last one?
And visuals. I like, but I can get over a blasé animation style if it's cohesive, it does its job, and the characters are dope. It's got to do most of those to have shoddy visuals. Because visuals, I mean, we live in 27th century.
Cannot, sir. If the visual ain't banging, if it's some cruddy stuff that you can tell just has a weird, maybe I'm just a stickler for it. Everyone has their taste. But
I'll tell you
what I realized, this is kind of like a two thing. Like my top like criteria of visuals is too much is lowest criteria.
So, but I contest that. There's a show called Van Helsing Ultimates.
Okay.
That has dope visuals, but that's it.
Yeah.
And do you really care for it?
No, I don't. The point we're making here is that even if your number one, thing or feature or preference is met, that doesn't necessarily make a show gas.
It doesn't.
Neither does, one show being really bad in your best place, but doing great in all the others, make it trash.
Like, I have another example that's referenceable. There's this one on Netflix again, Devilman Crybaby. It has dope, interesting characters, actual development, and it does its job. But he doesn't like the style, the visual style. It's not bad per se. He just don't like it.
Yeah, and that's just me. But I wouldn't say that it's a trash anime.
So yeah, gas. Gas is like that good. Something that gets you elevated and gets you in a. It's that good stuff. All right, it's dope. Something you like watching. I want to watch some more. But that begs the question:
what makes a show gas?
So considering our 2 individual lists and things that we care about, the 2 things that were consistent were what? Plot and characters.
Yeah. And visuals. We had that somewhere. We kind of agreed
that was my
on that.
bottom one, but yeah, visuals are cool too. So.
But essentially, whatever Too Much may like, he may say a show is gas, and I may say that it is trash or ain't mad.
Ain't cutting it.
The point is, we want to provide you guys like a guide, just a kind of understanding of why we think it is, or our respective opinions of a particular anime.
So, but to even reiterate on top of characters and plot, for me on top of that, it's probably gotta do its job. Gotta do its job.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Do your dang job.
And do it well. And obviously, the strengths clearly outweigh the weaknesses or the negative parts. Because some things aren't necessarily the best, but if it's like a good fighting movie with like the good fights, it might get a dub. It might get or I said movie, a good fighting anime.
Mm-hmm. Anime movies can get gas too, but we should stress this: we're not gonna be handing out gas like lollipops out here.
We're not Oprah giving out cars. That'd be cool though. I would love to give away cars like Oprah.
You gotta earn it.
Gotta earn it.
All right. So let's talk about trash now.
Trash. Trash. Trash is like not worth your time or my time. I mean, trash. What do you think trash is? I mean, that's how I'm thinking. I'm interpreting it personally, because trash. I think time is valuable, and I ain't trying to waste nobody's time.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That is actually pretty fair.
And we're not saying that these are necessarily stinky poo poo caca like trash. Some of them are, but our example.
A lot of them are.
A lot of them are. But sometimes we may give an anime a trash rating just because it doesn't do its job, or
it doesn't do its job,
or it gets in its own way, or break it down, smooth person.
Or maybe the cons outweigh the pros. For example, Too Much mentioned Van Helsing earlier. While it was a visually appealing show,
Helsing Ultimate,
Ultimate,
yeah, whichever.
What? That's so bad.
I'm sorry.
That's so bad.
But it's trash. It's trash.
Yeah, and the reason why is because it looks good.
Visuals are yeah, visual. It looks dope.
But the plot line is a little convoluted. The characters, you don't really get cool with them or close to them,
and they don't have any real development. I mean, you know what? I shouldn't get too down in the weeds, but
the point is that again, it just doesn't do its
job.
This is how I look when I watch something that I ain't mad. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I'm just
existing there.
Not mad.
Oh.
Can you please give an example to much of something that an anime that didn't make you mad?
Well, my mad is like this. I'm not as lifeless and emotionless and not human. Yes, I'm very human. So a human show that I like, well, that isn't gas, but that I'm not mad at is called Fate Apocrypha. Now, Fate itself is a series of graphic novels animated into movies, shows, whatever. There's multiple of them, right? Fate Zero's dope. Fate Unlimited, Blade Works. There's a bunch, right? They're gas. But this one I ain't mad at, and you're looking like super airy, like you're on. Your mind's on.
I'm in I ain't mad mode.
Okay, so Fate Apocrypha. What's dope about it is that the visuals are A1. The fights A1. What's kind of crappy is that sometimes the plot can get kind of convoluted. It's a lot going on. I have to bring it down, but at the end of the day, it makes enough sense. The characters you care about enough. And it's not a bad waste of your time. It's not bad. You know, I'm mad at it. I'm not. What are you doing with your face? Is his face okay? Is it melting?
Moving forward from this moment on,
Here, now.
looking ahead from where we stand,
In the future.
whenever we're gonna review a show on My Ninja, we're gonna let y'all know, one, the type of like genre it falls into.
Seinen. Shonen. Hentai. Josei. Kodomamuke.
We're also gonna talk about like, are we talking about a whole show or just one episode? If that episode's special,
1 season. 12 episodes.
We're also gonna, probably check to make sure that, or let y'all know if the stuff we're gonna cover is pretty sensitive and only for mature audiences.
Disclaimers: this is shonen. Actually, this is shonen, which means if you're a teenager, you can handle the content and maturity level.
Yeah. And you just hit the nail on the head right now. We're actually gonna talk about Promised Neverland. Now, this is an anime that just recently came out on Netflix, and it's garnered a lot of popularity.
Available now on the Flicks of Net, and it's actually interesting.
Yeah, and we're not going to spoil it for y'all, but what we will do is give you a quick little synopsis and let you know what we think it lands on based on the GTA system.
High level, yes.
So Promised Neverland, right, is about, like, a number of kids who live in this idyllic environment with their mother.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, and these kids are special for a unique reason.
So, stop being all idyllic with the imagery, whatnot. No, they're kids living in an orphanage in the woods with some lady, and disappearances happen.
They are tenants who do not pay rent.
But it's okay, yes. So yeah, that's what it's about basically.
And they discover this horrifying secret.
Do they?
They do.
Okay, so they discover some kind of secret.
Horrifying, mind you.
It's a secret, and yeah,
we can't give any more because that would be spoiling.
We ain't doing that.
But what we will do is cover what we think about it. So I'll start with the show's strengths, right? So Promised Neverland, one of the things that is great about it and strong is that the characters are complex and they're engaging.
Oh, is that so? So you mean that like they have characters that actually have backstories and goals and development and things that actually make you want to like them?
Certainly, and even though they're kids, as you watch, you tend to look at them kind of like adults because they experience very real adult emotions.
Which, and to be honest,
I'm not done. The second thing that makes Promised Neverland really cool is the plot. We've given you already a little bit of the synopsis, but this show does a really great job of just kind of keeping you on the line until the very end. And it's only about 10, 12 episodes.
So you're saying that it did its job.
It's doing its job in that department.
It's doing its job.
It's doing its job in that department.
Okay.
And then lastly, I would say it sets itself up great for a next season. You don't feel like your time is wasted. You are there and you're like, whoa, what is going on?
Wow. Weaknesses. Now, I'm going to be honest and hint about the total score, but there aren't a lot of weaknesses.
Nope.
What I'm about to say are largely just low-hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for a problem here. I'm
nitpicking.
I'm nitpicking. If I'm a nitpick my nitpicking ways, I'm going to say that it's not action-packed. There isn't a lot of stuff blowing up or pshum, everybody gonna die. It's not a lot of that. I mean,
it's not like a psychological. It's more of a psychological thriller.
Yeah, which in itself isn't bad, but on a more primal entertainment desire, I want to see stuff go boom. I want to see, you know what I'm saying? I want to see explosions and shit. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Boom,
I like that. So nitpicking again, and also if you're the impatience type, it can be a slow burn, and you'll see why if you watch it. So low hanging fruit, not much to not like, honestly.
Fair. That's pretty fair. We can be cool with that. Mm-hmm. So, based off of what we've discussed now, the strengths and the weaknesses, what do we give it? We give it a gas.
So, yeah, this brings us to the episode recap episode for the end of the sushi series.
Yes, our little nigiris, you are now grown and you can swim out into the little open seas of anime.
Like a fish before it was cut up and diced into tasty sushi.
Goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, so what have we done today?
We talked about the GTA system.
A little test drive. We strapped y'all into the back seat.
Vroom, vroom.
In the baby car seat.
Buckled up.
And y'all got to, figure out, what kind of viewers you are.
Did you learn anything about yourselves?
Yeah. Did you while we were doing donuts in the parking lot?
Buckled in, though.
Yeah.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Yeah. So we mentioned what gas is, what trash is, and what I am at. You know what I'm saying? What I am at is.
We also covered Promised Neverland and gave you a little bit of a taste of how the GTA system will work.
And what gas is, because I didn't know what
Gas.
gas.
So
It's lit.
now we've completed the sushi series, and we're moving on into our next series,
Episode 5,
which is going to be the start of our Slice of Life anime series.
Anime series of slices. What slice of life? What slice of life?
Slice of Life is like everyday anime. It's not on a grand scale where the fate of the world is hanging in the balance.
So no superpower mega galactic battles.
Not as prominent.
Or
they can exist, but just not in the way that we think them.
Or that's not the focus of the show, right? It's more like basic day-to-day things, kind of, sort of.
I guess more than y'all got something to learn about Slice of Life.
Okay.
So
well,
look forward to that. Until then, keep it cool, y'all.
You mean stay up?
Stay up. Stay up.
Wait.
See, why does this keep...
We gotta.